like to say?
Welcome to Kawaii Kon with your host, Mighty Number 8. Welcome to Kawaii Kon 2016 with your host, Mighty Number 8.
Okay.
Ready?
Welcome to Kawaii Kon 2016 with your host, Mighty Number 8.
Thanks. Hello. So, not only did you do the voice for Countershade, but you also did the voice for Hakaider for the Hakaider anime, which is very popular here. Not the anime, the live-action show. So my question for you is, what would happen if Countershade and Hakaider met? How do you think they would interact?
That's a great question, since I don't remember what I did on any Isn't that terrible?
They're a bit similar.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't watch anything that I do. Well, I watch very few shows that I do or play, and I'm not a gamer, so that doesn't help either. I don't even know, dude. I don't know the proper answer to that question. I would think that as I answer for most of my characters, they would eventually make friends and go out for a beer. I believe in love.
Wow.
I'm sorry, that disappointed you, didn't it? You wanted a battle. You wanted blood.
Sort of.
Hi.
I just wanted to say thank you for getting me to anime, because not only because acting got me into cowboy hip-hop, but it also,
Kill me, I'm gonna regret this.
It's for YouTube!
Oh, for YouTube, it's all for YouTube!
Okay, so my question is, if you didn't get the role for France in Hitalia, what role would you wanted, and could you give us a sample of what you would have portrayed it as?
I love everyone's like taking out their pencils. Shots fired. Like, I don't. It's really hard. Because I've been doing that show for so long now. Because it's been like what, 5 years? Or about something like that. Like most of you were children when it started, and then like, oh, back in the day, and I'm like, shut up. Love people, you'll never know what it's like to feel old until someone that's like in their 20s goes, I grew up watching you, and I'm like, I will cut you. I'm not that old. You're still a kid. Oh, get off my lawn. Seriously, I'm trying to grow petunias there. Anyway, so love every character in that show, but I think, and it's hard to like go, oh, you know what, I would do that character, because all my friends are in it, so I don't want to be like, oh, that character, because screw Ian, I can play him. But I really do like Romano, because Romano is such a jerk, and Ian plays him to perfection, and Ian's a method actor, so he gets up there and he's like, da, 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 da. But you know, it would probably sound a lot. I hope it would sound like Ian, but it wouldn't be as good. That's why Ian got that part and I got France. Because I can sound like a weird Frenchy, like, blah, 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 blah. Can I tell a really funny story about the French accent and how it got me in trouble once?
Go ahead.
Once, many times. So I got invited to a con in Montreal, which is in French Canada, where they speak French. Shocking. And I thought, well, that's cool. I love it. I want to go, and because I was asked to go as a guest of the country, I thought, well, I'm gonna beef up my French. I haven't spoken it conversationally in a while, so let's spend a couple of months like doing Pimsleur and whatever, just to kind of remind myself, because I've spoken it on and off for years. I've always been able to read it and hear it and understand it, but conversational French is a different part of your brain. If you don't use it, there's not a lot of chances to use it in Texas. You lose it. So I rehearsed or whatever, I practiced for 2 months, and then got off the plane in Montreal, and the first thing I said to someone who was there to pick me up was, "Bienvenue, Monsieur Tatum, welcome to Montreal." I didn't speak French. I spoke at them in a French accent. That's where my brain went. And they were like, "Oh, monsieur, je vais quelque chose and they were like, I was like, oh, thank you so much for having me. I am so sorry. And then they just sort of looked at me and went, we need to get you drunk. And they did. And then the French just came out, and I realized that French is basically English pronounced through, like, alcohol. Or kick. But yeah, I would probably, Romano would sound very French if I played him.
So I had a question. Okay, so what would happen if France and England had to fight over Sebastian? What do you think would happen?
Sebastian would win.
Okay.
For years, this dialogue in my head has been taking place of Sebastian meeting France for the first time, and it would go like this. Oh my god, you're so sexy, do you want to come work for me? No. Alright, next question.
Action.
I can't believe it's almost over, but I've had such a wonderful time. Kawaii Kon, farewell, adieu, I love you, I love you, I love you. Mwah. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Thanks.